Ah, yes, it's that time of the year once again. WrestleMania time. My second birthday. Literally. You see, 40 years ago, I was supposed to be born around this weekend. I'm 3 months premature. So, I was supposed to be born around next week. Funnily enough, that's when WrestleMania 40 will take place. Literally 6 days from now on Saturday, the Showcase of the Immortal will take place. Understand, this is not the final locked card yet, because my god, WWE just cannot lock a card down for the life of them. So, therefore, we're gonna go with the card that they naturally should have. So, right now, if it's missing one match or two, blame the E on this. But I'm going to do all my predictions based on every night. I'm not going to divide them into 2 nights. So, first things first. The main events for each of the 2 nights will go last. Meaning, The Rock and Cody Rhodes, along with Seth Rollins and Roman Reigns tag match, and the Roman Reigns Cody Rhodes match will be the last two discussed here. As far as the wrestler card goes, I'm not gonna try to pick the booking order. I'm just going to give you them as I remember them. The first things first, and the first match up being the most recently announced Mania match, a 6-woman tag. Now, granted, this isn't much for anything. There's no belt on the line. But it's about what it signifies. It's Naomi, who has returned from her sabbatical, both out of wrestling and TNA, to return to the WWE. She's teaming up with Bianca Belair, a WrestleMania staple at this point. This is WrestleMania number 4 for the young lady. And, well, this is probably the lowest she'll ever be on a Mania card for a bit here. But, most importantly, it's who they're teaming with. The recent WWE the All Elite Wrestling jump over, Jade Cargill. Yep, she's made the jump to the E. And after a whole lot of hullabaloo, a whole lot of build-up, and a whole lot of training at the Performance Center, this, outside of the Royal Rumble in January, will be her first tussle. She's taking on, along with Naomi and Bianca, the remains of Damage Control outside of Bayley and Io Sky, who have their own match and their own title to contend with. Now, I'm going to set a theme here. I have a feeling that WrestleMania 40, in which I have subtitled Let Freedom Ring, will be a good guy babyface affair. There won't be many villainous wins on neither of the nights. There might be one or two, which I'll get to, but by and large, the good guys are going to come out large on top. And this is the first step of that. Expect Jade Cargill to win her debut. Now, I don't know how impressive she'll be. That's for the wrestling gods to figure out. But we both know that Naomi and Bianca can bring it, and so can the rest of Damage Control. Now, it's not gonna steal any shows or anything, But if Jade Cargill certainly impresses, that will be the headline going out of that match. Which leads me, quite nicely, to the remains of Damage Control. Bayley and Io Sky will compete for the WWE Women's Universal Championship. Oh, God. The names. I'll get to that in a separate video, maybe. But expect Bayley to come out on top. Expect the rest of Damage Control to try to interfere in the process. But again, it's going to be a good guys win night. And Bayley's going to go good. Now, ideally, I would want the floaty inflatable tube men to make their return, but it doesn't seem like it's being teased on the setup here. It just isn't going to happen, which is a real disappointment. Bayley needs a character refresh, but hopefully her winning the title will be the first instance of this. So, therefore, Bayley will win this title and she'll probably be a transitional champ to someone else. Probably to Jade Cargill. But that's getting straight into future territory. But for now, Bayley's going to get yet another world title on her Hall of Fame resume. And it's a good one. Now, as for the tag team matchups, there are, of course, two. One we'll talk later, but one we'll talk now. A 6-tag team ladder match between the champs, the Judgment Day, Damian Priest, Finn Balor, and 5 prospective challengers, Pretty Deadly, from SmackDown, Austin Theory, and Grayson Waller. But if you believe the internet, that might be a little bit shaky. Shaky Tyler Bate and the newly re-energized Pete Dunne representing SmackDown. While on the Raw side, we have DIY finally getting a tag team match at a WrestleMania, finally, after seven years of proving, well, they're probably the number 2 or number 3 best tag team on the planet. They'll be joined on Raw by The New Day, alongside the Judgment Day. It's been a while since there's been a ladder match at Mania, and I'm not going to try to predict a flat-out winner, because that would be stupid. One, it's a ladder match, which means it could go either in any way. 2, trying to predict a straight-up winner to a 6-tag team match is a recipe for a missed call. So, yes, I'm gonna chicken out and just say this. The Judgment Day are not leaving with those titles attached. Pick any of the other 5 teams you want. If it's DIY, if it's New Day, if it's Grayson Waller and Austin Theory, ass straight up down under, or even Tyler Bate and Dunn, pick those. Just don't pick the Judgment Day. You'll be losing money on DraftKings faster than you can say a Cash App scam. Just don't do it. But believe me, it's gonna be good. It will probably steal the show, and it will probably be the night one middle match if I were to place it on the card. As far as other titles go, the Intercontinental Championship is up for grabs. And it's sadly not Chad Gable. Rather, it's Sami Zayn. Funny how the last three WrestleManias have done for Sami Zayn. 1 year, part of the ultimate jackass skit, being pinned inside of a mousetrap. The next year, he's got the night one closer winning the tag team titles with Kevin Owens. And then, this year, however, he might just kayfabe die. Or he could win the Intercontinental Championship. Why do I say the first part? Because he's taking on Gunther. For nearly a year, Gunther, formerly Walter in NXT UK, has been crushing it. He's an even better champion than Roman Reigns. There, I said it. He is. He defends his title every week. He wins in a different method of winning. And oh yes. Oh yes, oh yes, oh yes. He kills it. And kills his victims readily. The Ivan Dragoff of wrestling has been saying if he dies for the past year with the deadliest chops in all of wrestling. So much WWE made a short about it as a countdown joke just today. But he's going to defend not just against a motivated Sami Zayn, but Chad Gable is playing the Rocky-esque trainer role, trying to prepare Zayn to do the unthinkable. But I don't think it's going to happen. I believe the Intercontinental Championship is destined for Chad Gable's shoulder. And and boy oh boy, Sammy's going to come real close. There's going to be a lot of near falls and maybe an opportunity where he wins. And yes, don't expect Imperium to play a role here. It's going to be pretty straightforward between the two. 15 minutes later, Gunther will retain. He'll find a new way to win, even if for the first time ever, he straight up cheats to win. He's just going to win. That's what the guy does. And then expect the night after Chad Gable to challenge for the belt, and that's when he finally loses. But not in Philadelphia, though. It will be a banger of a match, though. Expect that for me to be the show stealer of the Mania card. Just two great wrestlers being great, plain and simple. As far as the U.S. title goes, Logan Paul. That's right, YouTube's Logan Paul. That defends his United States Championship against Randy Orton and Kevin Owens. Expect Kevin Owens to get the win here, but also I would warn Logan Paul readily. You were in a Randy Orton match. You were in a no jumping zone. No aerial maneuvers, no high jumps, no risky dives to anywhere. Unless you want to be part of wrestling's greatest internet meme collection, meaning the RKO list. And boy, oh boy. That will be fun too. But expect Kevin Owens to win yet another U.S. title as the return of the face of America. That was always my favorite Kevin Owens gimmick. My lord. As far as what's next after that, well, we're talking the other women's championship, the World Heavyweight Championship, the Bastard Belt. But if you ask me, the person wearing that Bastard Belt has proven to be the stronger champion. Rhea Ripley and Becky Lynch will reignite a feud that was years and years in the making, and the two characters can be on opposite ends of the spectrum. Becky is clearly on her way downish. Rhea is clearly about to rip that torch straight from Becky and straight from any other woman to be the champ du jour. Now, could Becky win this match? Absolutely. This is about as coin flippy as coin flip gets. I'm going to err on the side of Rhea retaining. But if she doesn't and Becky has another run with the big belt, then sure enough, I'm okay with it. But I don't see it happening. But I do see one hell of a women's one-on-one. Something that you could largely be happy and impressed by. I don't know if it will end night one, but it is a case. If not, for the big main events. Yes, there is a match between AJ Styles and LA Knight, in which LA Knight will probably get the W. Minor point of view. But not a well built in story, so that's why I'm not focusing on it too much. But as far as the two main events go, they have been the thing that have powered the build up to Let Freedom Ring. It's a double main event and a double book. How is it a double book? Because, well, three of the competitors in this match are being booked multiple nights. It's insane. Seth Rollins and Cody Rhodes and Roman Reigns are gonna work both of the WrestleMania nights. First, starting with this tag match as the Cousins tag team up to take on the good guy force of Cody Rhodes and Seth Rollins. Now, there is a stipulation here. Big one. If the good guys win, then the match at night 2 becomes a one-on-one affair between Cody and Roman, round 2 for the big belt. However, if the bad guys win, then all hell gets to break loose in night 2 with something they're entitling Bloodline rules. But let's just call it what it is. It's no holds barred. And expect that to be the going out in night 1. Yeah, the bad guys are gonna win night 1. Why? Because the deck must be stacked insanely high. For no real apparent reason. Plus, to kind of give The Rock a kind of quote-unquote contractual W in a Mania match. Don't believe the dirt sheets, but if it does happen, at least the dirt sheet excusers will have an excuse built in. The bad guys will win night 1, which will lead directly into night 2. Night 2 sees Seth Rollins defending his bastard belt up against Drew McIntyre. CM Punk's going to be on commentary, which I don't expect CM Punk to remain on commentary for the duration of the match. Drew McIntyre will win the World Heavyweight Championship, but only to get put to sleep and then, well, someone will visit the bank. That someone being Damian Priest, and that someone will cash in his golden briefcase that he's held on to since last June and end up stealing it from Drew, thus continuing Drew McIntyre's emo phase. He'll completely blame it on Punk, which will ultimately lead to a Drew McIntyre CM Punk rundown. Sure, is it kind of crazy that the winner of this is not even involved in the match? Surely, you must jest. But no, Damian Priest will be your new World Heavyweight Champion, which will lead to more shenanigans. As far as Cody Rhodes goes, with the deck stacked against him under Hoodline rules, he once again tries to end the over 1,300-day reign of Roman Reigns. How long has this streak been going on? About as long as I've not talked wrestling on this channel in this form or fashion. It's been a long while since I've done one of these. How long has it been going? My Bing streak is over 1,569 days. That's right. I began my daily set streak on Microsoft Bing 200 days before Roman Reigns won the Universal Championship. That's right. That's how long this streak has been going. And I'll say it definitively. It has to end here. By fucking God. Does this reign have to end here? I don't care about Hogan's place in the record books. He can keep it. It's about storytelling at this point. Or rather, story finishing. Notice I haven't used the term. Because one, that term is starting to get on my nerves. But two, it's the proper ending. Cody must overcome. And he will overcome. It's probably the most surefire bet in this predictions video. I love talking wrestling. I truly do. I just don't like talking to the people who normally talk wrestling. But when I get the rare chance to finally do so, I do so big time. And it can't get any bigger than this. No, this is the 39th WrestleMania, not the 40th. But I'd be remiss. It's the 40th one. No, I'm not going to sit here over the next week and watch all the previous 39 in a row. I did that for WrestleMania 30. I'm not doing that again. But I am looking forward to 2 great nights of wrestling. I haven't been more excited for WrestleMania since, well, last year. And last year was a banger. I failed to call this era the Renaissance era. It sounds lame, and plus it's not the appropriate use of the term Renaissance. Just like Jimmy and Jay not using the proper term and definition of the word yeet. And by the way, if I didn't bring that match up, it's because it's non-consequential. Jay will win, just like all the other good guys will win. It will be a good guy fest. Because we're in America, damn it, and America wins. Even though we've deserved now for over 200 years to lose. But WWE isn't talking about reality, it's about bringing up fantasies. So the good guys will win. Wholeheartedly so. So, if you have predictions for WrestleMania, find me on the X platform under the @Nirvana Sparkle tag. And I have a friendly, non-confrontational discussion about it. I like those. I want more of those. But yes, I'll be releasing this video here now, so that, well, the other two Aelita Diaries videos are already scheduled, so you'll see me on Tuesday there as usual. But I'll be releasing this here now to give you a week to either agree or disagree. Until next time we talk about wrestling, which I hope is sooner rather than later. I'm the Honesty Broker and your Rainbow King, Nirvana Sparkle. Find peace in your own Nirvana, and happy WrestleMania week!